Ethan Blake, a 42-year-old media mogul, was no stranger to luxury. As the CEO of Visionary Media, a leading company in digital media and entertainment, his life was a testament to success. His high-end loft in Los Angeles, with its sleek, modern design and panoramic city views, was the epitome of opulence. Yet, despite the lavish surroundings and his impressive career, Ethan's personal life was starkly different, marked by loneliness and a profound sense of isolation. Ethan's journey to success began in a modest neighborhood in San Diego. Raised with two brothers and a younger sister, his childhood was far from the glamour of his current life. His passion for storytelling emerged early. At just 16, he was already creating short films with a borrowed camera. This early interest earned him a scholarship to NYU, where he honed his craft and later founded Visionary Media. His company thrived under his leadership, evolving into a powerhouse in the media industry. However, Ethan's success came at a personal cost. A deep-seated heartbreak from his college years still lingered in Ethan's memory. Olivia, his first love, had left him for a more successful man, a blow that had left him emotionally scarred. This pain drove him to immerse himself entirely in his work, avoiding relationships and social interactions. His public persona remained a mystery, as he rarely attended events or gave interviews. Ethan's loneliness was only interrupted by his interactions with Rosa, his dedicated house manager. Rosa was the only person who seemed to understand the void in Ethan's life, though their relationship remained strictly professional. Her presence was a comforting constant in Ethan's otherwise solitary existence. One crisp autumn morning, Ethan received a crucial email. Hans Weber, a significant investor from Germany, had expressed interest in collaborating with Visionary Media. Hans was known for his traditional and family-oriented values, and the potential partnership was a major opportunity for Ethan's company. However, Hans had a specific request. He wanted Ethan to bring a significant other to a business dinner. The requirement was not just a formality but a reflection of Hans's belief in family and personal connection. Ethan was faced with an uncomfortable reality. He had no significant other to bring. This request forced him to confront the void in his personal life, a gap he had managed to ignore while focusing on his career. He considered the options, realizing that he needed to find someone to accompany him to the dinner. After some deliberation, Ethan decided to hire someone to fulfill the role of his girlfriend for the evening. He wanted to avoid any further embarrassment or scrutiny and believed this would be the most straightforward solution. The search led him to Zoe Miller, a young woman working as a barista at a fast food restaurant. Zoe, in her early 30s, was struggling to make ends meet while supporting her younger sister. Her life was a stark contrast to Ethan's. Despite the challenges, Zoe radiated a bright, confident energy. Her charm and intelligence were evident in her interactions with customers, which caught Ethan's attention. He decided to approach her with an unusual proposal. One afternoon, Ethan walked into the fast food restaurant where Zoe worked. His presence was almost out of place in the casual setting, drawing curious glances from both staff and patrons. He found Zoe behind the counter, her face lighting up with a friendly smile as he approached. "Ms. Miller," Ethan began introducing himself. Zoe nodded, slightly puzzled but polite. "I'm Ethan Blake. I was hoping to discuss a unique opportunity with you." Zoe's curiosity piqued, and she agreed to meet Ethan after her shift. In a small, quiet cafe nearby, Ethan laid out his proposal. He explained that he needed someone to accompany him to a high-profile business dinner and offered to pay generously for the role. He was straightforward about the nature of the arrangement, emphasizing that it was strictly professional. Zoe listened intently, her initial hesitation slowly giving way to intrigue. She needed the money to support her sister and herself, and despite the unconventional nature of the request, the offer was too good to pass up. After some consideration, she agreed to the arrangement. Over the next few days, Ethan and Zoe spent time together preparing for the dinner. They discussed the details of the event, including the important guests and topics of conversation. Ethan found himself unexpectedly drawn to Zoe's authenticity and grace. Their interactions were marked by a genuine connection that went beyond the professional nature of their arrangement. As the day of the dinner approached, Ethan was increasingly aware of the unexpected chemistry developing between them. Zoe's presence brought a warmth to his life that he had been missing, even if only temporarily. The evening of the dinner arrived, and Ethan picked Zoe up in a sleek, black limousine. The drive to the upscale restaurant was filled with light conversation and laughter, a stark contrast to the usual silence of Ethan's car rides. When they arrived, the restaurant's luxurious ambience and the opulence of the surroundings only highlighted the disparity between Ethan's world and Zoe's. The dinner with Hans Weber and his fiancée, Helena, was set to be a defining moment for Ethan. With Zoe by his side, he hoped to secure the much-needed collaboration for Visionary Media. The evening promised to be both professionally significant and personally revealing, marking the beginning of an unforeseen journey for Ethan and Zoe. The evening of the dinner unfolded with an air of anticipation. Ethan Blake and Zoe Miller arrived at the upscale restaurant, Le Belle Époque, a renowned venue known for its exquisite cuisine and luxurious atmosphere. The restaurant, nestled in a prestigious part of Los Angeles, was the perfect backdrop for the high-stakes meeting. As they entered, Ethan's usual composure was slightly disrupted by the warmth of Zoe's presence. She looked elegant in a classic black dress that complemented her confident demeanor. Ethan, dressed in a sharp, tailored suit, felt a pang of unease mixed with curiosity as he realized just how much Zoe's company was affecting him. Hans Weber and his fiancée, Helena, were already seated at a private table. Hans, a distinguished figure in his late 50s, exuded a commanding presence. His gray hair and sharp features were softened by the kind, welcoming smile of Helena, who was in her early 40s and radiated a gentle elegance. The couple stood as Ethan and Zoe approached, exchanging warm handshakes and polite greetings. "Ethan, it's good to see you," Hans said, his voice deep and resonant. "And this must be Zoe. Welcome." Zoe offered a gracious smile. "Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to meet you both." The evening began with a light conversation about the city and the restaurant's renowned dishes. Zoe effortlessly engaged in the discussion, charming Hans and Helena with her knowledge and enthusiasm. Ethan observed with a mix of admiration and relief. Zoe's natural ease and charm were working wonders, making the evening flow smoothly. As the appetizers arrived, Ethan and Hans delved into discussions about the potential collaboration between Visionary Media and Hans's investment firm. Zoe, though primarily there as a companion, contributed to the conversation with insightful comments that subtly highlighted her intelligence and understanding of the media landscape. Her contributions were well received, and Ethan noted the positive shift in Hans's demeanor. During the main course, the conversation turned more personal. Helena, intrigued by Zoe's background, asked her about her interests and aspirations. Zoe spoke candidly about her dream of becoming a novelist, sharing her struggles and triumphs. Her openness and passion resonated with Helena, who found Zoe's story both inspiring and relatable. Ethan, though initially focused on the business aspects of the dinner, found himself drawn into the personal exchanges. He was struck by how easily Zoe connected with Hans and Helena, bridging the gap between their worlds. It was a refreshing change from the usual formalities of such dinners. As dessert was served, Ethan realized that the evening had far exceeded his expectations. The collaboration between Visionary Media and Hans's firm seemed more promising than ever, thanks to Zoe's unexpected yet impactful presence. Hans and Helena were visibly impressed, their interest in the partnership clearly heightened. When the dinner concluded, Ethan and Zoe walked back to the limousine, the evening's success hanging in the air. The car ride was filled with a comfortable silence, interrupted only by occasional glances and smiles. Ethan's usual reserved demeanor was softened by Zoe's infectious energy, making the journey back to his loft feel less solitary. Upon arriving at his high-end loft, Ethan invited Zoe in for a nightcap. Though the offer was meant as a gesture of gratitude, it also felt like a natural extension of the evening's pleasant interactions. Zoe agreed, and they settled into the cozy, tastefully decorated living area. As they sipped their drinks, Ethan found himself opening up in a way he hadn't in years. He spoke about his childhood in San Diego, his passion for storytelling, and the journey that had led him to create visionary media. Zoe listened intently, her genuine interest and empathy drawing out Ethan's more personal reflections. Zoe, in turn, shared more about her life, her struggles, and her dreams of becoming a novelist. Her stories were filled with a sense of resilience and hope, painting a picture of a life that, while challenging, was rich in its own way. Ethan was captivated by her narrative, feeling a growing sense of admiration and connection. As the evening drew to a close, Zoe prepared to leave. Ethan, with a sense of reluctance, thanked her for her role in the dinner and for the unexpected joy she had brought into his life. Zoe's departure was marked by a warm hug, a gesture that felt more intimate than either had anticipated. The next day, Ethan found himself reflecting on the previous evening. The success of the dinner and the promising collaboration with Hans's firm were significant, but what lingered in his mind was the connection he had formed with Zoe. Her presence had brought a new dimension to his life, challenging his long-held belief that professional success alone was sufficient for fulfillment. Zoe, for her part, returned to her daily routine, but the evening with Ethan had left an indelible mark on her. The warmth of their conversation and the glimpse into Ethan's world had provided a sense of validation and inspiration for her own aspirations. As days turned into weeks, Ethan and Zoe continued to meet, their interactions growing beyond the confines of their initial arrangement. The once formal meetings gradually evolved into genuine conversations and shared experiences. Ethan began to look forward to their time together with an eagerness he hadn't felt in years. The growing bond between Ethan and Zoe was undeniable, and both were beginning to realize that their connection was evolving into something far more meaningful than either had anticipated. The success of the business deal was just the beginning. What lay ahead was a journey that neither Ethan nor Zoe had expected, but one that promised to be transformative and profound. As the weeks went by, Ethan and Zoe's relationship blossomed into something neither of them had anticipated. What began as a business arrangement had evolved into genuine companionship, and their connection deepened with each passing day. Their meetings became more frequent and less formal, as they began to truly enjoy each other's company. One crisp evening in Los Angeles, Ethan invited Zoe to a high-profile gala he was hosting. The event was a grand affair, held in a lavish ballroom adorned with glittering chandeliers and opulent decorations. The guest list included influential figures from the media and entertainment industries, and the atmosphere was one of excitement and sophistication. Zoe, dressed in a stunning, floor-length gown, arrived at the gala with Ethan by her side. The two made an impressive pair, and their arrival did not go unnoticed. Ethan's usual aloofness seemed to fade in Zoe's presence, replaced by a genuine warmth that caught the attention of many. Throughout the evening, Zoe and Ethan mingled with the guests, their easy rapport and natural chemistry evident to those around them. Zoe's engaging conversation and effortless charm made her a hit among the attendees, and Ethan found himself increasingly drawn to her genuine and spirited nature. As the night progressed, Ethan and Zoe found a quiet corner of the ballroom away from the bustling crowd. The ambience was intimate, with soft music playing in the background. They took a moment to talk away from the prying eyes of the gala, their conversation flowing as easily as ever. "I never imagined I'd be at an event like this," Zoe admitted, her eyes sparkling with a mix of wonder and excitement. "It's quite different from my usual evenings." Ethan chuckled, his gaze fixed on her with a mixture of affection and admiration. "I'm glad you're here. It's nice to share these moments with someone who truly appreciates them." Zoe's heart skipped a beat at Ethan's words. The sincerity in his voice and the warmth in his eyes spoke volumes. As they continued talking, the conversation shifted to more personal topics. Zoe opened up about her aspirations of becoming a novelist, sharing her hopes and dreams with Ethan. "I've always wanted to write a book," she said, her voice filled with determination. "But it's been difficult to find the time and the right opportunity." Ethan listened intently, his admiration for Zoe's passion growing. "You have a gift, Zoe. I've seen the way you express yourself, and it's truly inspiring. I have no doubt that you'll achieve your dream." Zoe's cheeks flushed with a mixture of gratitude and shyness. "Thank you, Ethan. Your support means more to me than you know." Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of the evening's highlight, a slow dance set to a classic love song. The dance floor was bathed in soft, golden light, creating a romantic and serene atmosphere. Ethan extended his hand to Zoe with a gentle smile. "May I have this dance?" he asked, his tone warm and inviting. Zoe accepted with a smile, and they moved to the center of the dance floor. As they danced, the world around them seemed to fade away, leaving just the two of them in their own private bubble. Ethan's arms encircled Zoe with a tenderness that spoke of deep affection. The slow dance allowed them to share an unspoken connection, their eyes locked in a gaze that conveyed more than words ever could. Ethan's heart raced as he realized just how much Zoe had come to mean to him. He had never felt this kind of emotional closeness before, and it both exhilarated and unsettled him. After the dance, Ethan and Zoe took a quiet moment on a secluded balcony overlooking the city. The view was breathtaking, with the twinkling lights of Los Angeles stretching out below them. Zoe leaned against the railing, taking in the scene, while Ethan stood close by, his thoughts occupied with the feelings he was experiencing. "Ethan, this evening has been incredible," Zoe said, her voice filled with genuine emotion. "Thank you for including me." Ethan took a deep breath, his resolve strengthening. He turned to face Zoe, his expression serious yet tender. "Zoe, there's something I need to tell you. Over these past few weeks, I've come to realize that what I feel for you goes beyond the arrangement we started with. I care about you deeply." Zoe's eyes widened, her heart pounding with anticipation. "Ethan, I feel the same way. I've grown so fond of you, and this connection we have is something I cherish." Ethan took Zoe's hands in his, the sincerity of his feelings evident in his gaze. "I want to explore where this connection can lead us. I know we've had a unique start, but I believe we have something special here." Zoe's smile was radiant, her eyes shimmering with happiness. "I'd like that, Ethan. I'd really like that." As they stood together on the balcony, the city lights illuminating their faces, Ethan and Zoe shared a moment of profound understanding. Their journey from a business arrangement to a meaningful relationship was a testament to the transformative power of genuine connection and love. The evening ended on a high note, with Ethan and Zoe returning to the gala, their bond stronger than ever. The promise of their future together felt exhilarating, and they both looked forward to exploring the depths of their relationship in the days to come. The connection they had forged was becoming a cornerstone of their lives, and both were eager to see where their shared journey would lead. The months that followed the gala were transformative for both Ethan and Zoe. Their relationship, which had begun as a business arrangement, had evolved into a profound and meaningful romance. Ethan's once solitary loft in Los Angeles was now filled with warmth and joy, thanks to Zoe's presence. Ethan and Zoe's growing bond was evident to everyone around them. Their shared experiences, from attending industry events to quiet evenings at home, strengthened their connection. Ethan, who had always been known for his intense focus on work, began to find balance in his life, thanks to Zoe's influence. He found himself attending social events more often and enjoying moments of relaxation that he had previously neglected. One crisp autumn evening, Ethan decided to take their relationship to the next level. He arranged a private dinner at their favorite restaurant, a cozy and intimate spot that had become special to them both. The restaurant was adorned with soft lighting and elegant decor, creating a romantic atmosphere that was perfect for the occasion. As they sat at their table, Ethan looked across at Zoe with a mixture of nervousness and excitement. The dinner was delicious, with each course accompanied by heartfelt conversation and laughter. After the meal, Ethan took Zoe's hand, his gaze steady and full of emotion. "Zoe," he began, his voice slightly trembling, "over the past few months, you've become the most important person in my life. You've shown me the true meaning of love and connection. I can't imagine my life without you." Zoe's heart raced as she listened to Ethan's words. She could see the sincerity in his eyes and felt a surge of emotion. Ethan continued, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you, building a future together and supporting each other's dreams. Will you marry me?" Ethan reached into his pocket and produced a delicate, sparkling engagement ring. Zoe's eyes filled with tears as she looked at the beautiful ring and then back at Ethan. The moment felt surreal, and her voice was choked with emotion as she responded, "Yes, Ethan, I will marry you." Ethan slipped the ring onto Zoe's finger, his face lit up with happiness. They embraced, savoring the joy of their engagement. The restaurant's ambience seemed to enhance the magic of the moment, and they celebrated their commitment to each other with heartfelt toasts and shared dreams of the future. Their wedding was a small, intimate affair held in a charming garden venue in Los Angeles. The ceremony was a beautiful reflection of their love story, with close friends and family in attendance. Zoe wore a simple yet elegant wedding gown, and Ethan looked dashing in a classic suit. As they exchanged vows, the sense of joy and fulfillment was palpable. Their honeymoon was a blend of romance and adventure, taking them to picturesque destinations that celebrated their shared love for literature and travel. They explored charming towns, visited renowned bookstores, and enjoyed quiet moments together. The honeymoon marked the beginning of their new chapter as a married couple, and they reveled in the joy of discovering new places together. Back in Los Angeles, their home became a vibrant and happy place. The addition of their son, Liam, brought even more joy and love into their lives. Ethan continued to lead Visionary Media to new heights, his work enriched by the support and encouragement of his wife. Zoe, meanwhile, flourished as a published author, her writing career gaining momentum with Ethan's unwavering support. Their life together was a harmonious blend of professional success and personal fulfillment. Ethan and Zoe's journey from a business arrangement to a profound partnership was a testament to the transformative power of genuine connection and love. They had found in each other a balance that brought them both happiness and contentment. As they looked forward to their future, Ethan and Zoe knew that their love was the foundation of their happiness. Their story was a reminder that even the most driven and isolated individuals could find fulfillment through meaningful relationships. Together, they embraced the promise of a life filled with love, joy, and shared dreams, knowing that their connection had transformed their lives in the most beautiful way.